everyone, and welcome to the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. Hey, we are now in the fall season, and boy, do I miss spring. So I went back through some of my images, some of my flower images, and I found an image of some dogwoods, and I thought, hey, this reminds me of spring. I would really love to do an impressionistic painting of these particular blossoms today. So that's what we're going to do. We're using Topaz Studio 2, and we're going to make a fast, quick, and easy little painting. It's going to be a lot of fun, so stay tuned. Let's get started. Are you ready? Let's have some fun. So I'm going to start out by just duplicating the background layer, and we're going to go ahead and launch Topaz Studio 2, the piece of software that I like to call my creative toolbox. Now, this is going to be fast and easy today. The first thing I'm going to do is add filter, and I'm going to add an AI remix filter. I've been experimenting with this filter a lot lately, and I really like it. It really works well when you add it with another filter called the impression filter, and you'll see here in a second. Now, right out of the gate, or right off the bat, however you want to say that, that looks nice. So I can pull this opacity down, and that looks cool. Kind of looks like a stained glass window or something like that. So I kind of like that. But we got this one here, okay? But let's play around. And there's one that I actually like. So usually what I like to do is click through several of these and play with the opacities and possibly the blend modes and, see how the blend modes and things interact with the image. That's a lot of fun. But I ended up coming upon this one called Autumn Dreams right here. And I thought, this looks really cool. Now that's way too much. So where am I at here? I'm going to take the opacity and pull it back on it a little bit, something like that. And I'm going to come down and go to the suppress artifacts and move this the whole way to the right. And I think I'm going to put this in the high style strength. Takes it a second or two to render out there. Yeah, I like the high style strength. And then I think I'm going to smooth the edge. And when I smooth the edge, watch these little lines and things here. They get all smoothed out, which is kind of fun. So let me go ahead and smooth the edge. See that, how they start to smooth out? And I'm going to smooth it a good bit, maybe somewhere around like 80 or so, somewhere right around in there, and that looks pretty good. And I think that's about all I did, but I think I increased the brightness a little bit on this. Gave it a little brightness bump here. Maybe somewhere right around there, looks pretty good. And then after that, I went right to the impression filter. And so let's click on impression right here. And, I started to play around with the different brushes. I start clicking around. So I try this brush. Okay. And I try this brush. And then I tried like more of a sketchy type brush like this. And you just play around. You got tons of different brushes that you can go through. Well, maybe not tons, but there's a lot of them in there. And I think I ended up with brush 3, this guy right here. And you can see these little white areas where the canvas is showing through. A lot of times I don't like that. So what I do is I come down here to texture, the very last adjustment inside of this impression filter, and I change it from solid to original, and watch like these little white areas here will disappear when I click original. Okay, so that's kind of fun. And then you can add textures here if you want to. On this one today, I'm not going to add a texture. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm not going to do much here. What I do, though, is I like to play with the number of strokes. And let's try high. That's high. And let's try medium. And let's try low. And I think I ended up liking low. It gives it a more abstract look, right? It looks pretty cool. And I did not do much else to it in this impression filter, but I did come down to one of my favorite little adjustments, and that's this painting progress adjustment. And what this adjustment's all about is, when you're painting a painting, you're at different stages of the painting, so it'll take you through the different stages from start to finish. So if I drag this the whole way to the left, that would be the starting point, where I'm just starting to throw down some strokes blocking in the image. And then you could keep moving it to the right and going through the different phases of the image. And you could get to a point where you say, you know what? I think that looks really cool. I love the abstract look. That's like at a point, 82? And that looks really good. And I'm like, yeah, I like it. So here's my before and here's my after. So it's pretty cool, right? So here's the impression filter. Let's shut it off. We started out with the AI remix and added this effect to it. Now, the reason I like the AI remix is because it puts this these different lines going through here, which is going to work well when the impression filter is added to the top of that. So as you can see here, see it plays with these lines in here and adds some paint strokes, which looks really cool. So I do like combining those two filters together. That works out really well. And I'm thinking the last thing I want to do just to finish this off and just to have a little fun today. This is a quick, easy tutorial, but you can get really fast results with Topaz Studio 2 and really great results in my opinion. So let's go to add filter. Let's just throw a digital frame on this just for the fun of it. Digital frames are great when you want to share this on social media and things like that. So let's just throw a digital frame in this. Now, normally I would save this without a digital frame and then come back and add the digital frame later because I would really rather have my image without a digital frame that I could make a print off it or whatever. But when I want to post this to social media, then I'll add like a digital frame to it. But I'm just going to go ahead and do that now for you, okay? So here we are. I'm going to show you real quick. Digital frame. So this is the default frame right here. I'm just going to come down here, see where it says frame type texture. I'm going to change it to color. Changes it to a black frame. Now see where it says frame color. Click right here. We get this little color wheel that comes up. And I'm going to get this little sampler right here and pick a color in my painting just to harmonize the frame with the painting. Now the white kind of works, but let's try maybe, like, I think in the intro I had this, more of this salmon type warm orangey color right here, something like that. And I do like that. Now you can take this slider right here and brighten that up if you want to, or dull it down, whatever you like. Maybe I'll just lighten it up just a little wee tiny bit and click OK. And just like that, it's good. I think it's complete. So what I'm going to do now is just click accept, and that'll send us right back into Photoshop. And there's our image with our digital frame. And it looks just like that. So that was quick, easy, and fun. Well, there it is. Some dogwood blossoms from spring. I do miss spring. We're in fall, but we're going to be getting into some really cool fall leaves. So it's going to be a fun time. Can't wait to get out shooting some fall leaves. But I wanted to harken back to spring today. So there's our image of some dogwood blossoms with a artistic interpretation, more of an impressionistic painting with a nice digital frame on it that we can now share on social media. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. Topaz Studio 2 can be really quick and easy. You don't always have to spend tons of time in there and alter tons of controls and things like that. Sometimes it's just fun just to get in there and make a fast, nice piece of art. And that's what we did today. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give it a like and share it with your friends. If you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe and click that bell notification icon. And then every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll be notified about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today in the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. I'll see you all right here next time. But until then, happy editing.